Former Clipper Corey Maggette. I'm Brian Seaman. Great to have you with us. Well, we mentioned the Clippers have been perfect here in the homestand, Corey, and they've done it every which way.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's 90.9% if you look at the record, but I'm just going to go back with it. ET phone home. This team has been absolutely special. When you look at just the play, the camaraderie on the floor, the ball movement, you want skilled decision-making players that understand when it's a key moment. With key blocks, you get a block down from Kawhi, and when it's time to pass the ball to the man who needs the ball. And you look at him, it's not the man, it's the myth. You just call him the Claw. Whenever you need him, he's always there. Well, I tell you this, you can call them both of these players I'mAScoreOnYou.com. They are unbelievable, just a dynamic duo, one of the most high-powered offensive duos in the entire NBA. And what James Harden can do is he can attack you. He can shoot the three. He can get to the foul line even 14 times a game as one of the great qualities. And you look at the other guy, two reigning MVPs. Russell Westbrook attacks the rim with authority every single time. He plays with great energy. And sometimes he get a little off with his jump shot, but he can fill it up as well. We get a chance to get a front row seat to see the best players in the world. And you know what? We don't have just one, just two. We have three. We can call him the Claw. We can call him the 52-inch hands. Mr. Kawhi Leonard made the play when it counted. And then the other superstar, the two-way player, Mr. Paul George, being aggressive, getting down deep to grab that rebound to get to the foul line for his team. Team is what? Together, each achieves more. It's not one player. It's the entire team. And the Clippers have done a phenomenal job fighting back. This is the blacktop, baby.
Ayton is playing as if he's grown.
But you know what? It's all about development in this game of basketball. And
he's 20 years old.
He's 20 years old. And, you know, he had a great mentor in Jamal Crawford. We all know who Jamal Crawford is. And when you understand that and get better at your scouting reports on how to guard bigger players, your game can actually take that turn. You can actually see that result of this tonight against Boban.
Ariza let it fly for three. Bingo.
It usually happens when you have a great defensive possession. It turns back to offense as Trevor Ariza knocks down that easy three.
Nice give and go score.
That's great recognition by Avery Bradley. When two defenders go to one, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander takes that backdoor cut and has that easy layup.
With my Fox Vision, Donnie Mac. But I tell you, with this Fox Vision, I love what Lou can do, but also just look at Trez. Just to carve out, and starting with the box out down on Mike Conley Jr. That's the first steps of getting that offensive rebound. And Montrez's heart and hustle. And when you set a screen and roll, you continue to roll to the spot. Jeff Green, he's supposed to tag. He doesn't get a body on Montrezl Harrell, and just the activity at the rim, Montrez finishes with a dunk. And on this play right now, Montrez is being Montrez, rolling to the basket. In the pick and roll game, you want to carve out space. He gets over his defender by just heart and toughness and grit. You got to give this man a ton of credit.
You know,
well, Mike Conley is a quality player in this league. He can do a little bit of everything, but I tell you, the first few games, Brian, he couldn't shoot the ball in the ocean. But Mike Conley is back. He's like Stella got his groove back, but he's provided such a spark for the Utah Jazz. He lit the Clippers up for that 29 points. I play 2K all the time. Just look at this possession. I'm just going to bully ball you, push you out the way, and I'm going to finish at the rim with authority. I love it, Trez. One of the luxuries of having Paul George on the floor, he attracts so much attention, but he has a great basketball IQ, and Zubac understands where to roll. The same exact possession gets the basketball, two defenders try to stop Paul George, and Ivica rolls to the rims and shows that nice floater. So I'll tell you the beauty of being in California, acting. I love it from Paul George, but just a great play by Mr. Lou Williams finding Montrez. Look at Jermichael Green, battling down low, gets the offensive rebound, gets the tip in for his team. Be careful not to be too aggressive, but that's who Pat Beverly is. He needs to be aggressive because you know what he did? He got an extra possession for his team. Well, we thought about when it was 5 minutes to go during the game that Doc Rivers possibly would have pulled the plug, but the team continued to fight, and you get a couple possessions when you start to lock in defensively and the communication is there, and now you have a guy that was 0 for 4 early in the game start to make shots. You have a chance. So, I mean, it's still time left for the Clippers to battle during this game, and I just love the effort. Despite not having Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, I love the effort and the battle, the toughness from this team.
Corey, I know you played with him. I'm sure you can share a little bit about Kemba as well.
Well, one thing about Kemba, just watching his work ethic, and when I saw him and I knew he was a UConn guy, I kind of had this like bad taste in my mouth because we lost in the championship game against UConn. But just like you said, he is a really good guy, and you could just tell right away the chemistry from the team. I don't know how that chemistry was back when Kyrie was there, but overall, Kemba Walker is beloved by his teammates, and you can just see just the way they play on the court, how everyone just moves the basketball, and they're very unselfish, and that's why they're in a great position now.
I think